Today's episode of Variant is brought to you by Jack Threads.
Today on Variant, I give you 5 things you may not have known about The Walking Dead. You're gonna learn today. Welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than Megan Fox wishes she was relevant. I'm your host, Arris. Now, this week, as I just said, I'm going to tell you 5 things you may not have known about The Walking Dead. And those 5 things could be anything Walking Dead related, like the comics, the TV show, the actors in the TV show, the writers of the comics, anything goes, like a bare-knuckle street fight. And later, something horrifying. For those of you who are hardcore comic fans or just huge fans of all things Robert Kirkman, who's the creator of The Walking Dead, then you may have picked up on this nice little Easter egg. In the comics and TV show, Carl wears a t-shirt that has a dog paw on it with flying atoms going all around it. And that, my friends, is in fact the symbol of Science Dog. Now, most of you are probably like, what the heck is a science dog and why does it sound so stupid? Well, A, allow me to elaborate, and B, it's not as stupid as it sounds once put into context, that is. Science Dog is a backup feature that appears every 25 issues in one of Robert Kirkman's other comic series, Invincible. In the Invincible comic continuity, Science Dog is Mark Grayson's, aka Invincible's, favorite superhero. On to the next thing, which is actually something pretty darn cool. It's about Steve Yeun, who plays Glenn on the Walking Dead TV show. Steve Yeun can actually sing in real life, and really well actually. He used to be in a band, hence the singing voice, but talking about it isn't really gonna do much, so let's just watch a video of him serenading some fans at a meet and greet.
We're both scared, but where love is, fear won't tread. All of these friends here agree.
And now for any girls watching this episode, I just gave you a new crush. And for that, I say, you're welcome. Moving right along, the next thing is about the Walking Dead TV series. It actually almost got snatched up by 2 other TV networks, and those networks would be NBC and HBO. Greg Nicotero, who's an Emmy Award-winning master of makeup and the co-executive producer of the AMC's The Walking Dead, said both NBC and HBO were interested in the show, but only if they significantly toned down the comic's violence and gore, which makes no sense on HBO's part because they show some stuff. They show some real stuff, so I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I'm just glad the show ended up on AMC. The show has some of the goriest scenes I've seen in movies and TV shows alike, which is how it should be. And thank you, AMC, not only for The Walking Dead, but for Mad Men and Breaking Bad. You've been good to me. Throwing it back to the comics a little bit, some people might be like, well, how did the Walking Dead comic come about? Like, how was it even pitched as a comic, which obviously is where the whole craze started? Well, Robert Kirkman pitched the idea as a zombie movie that never ends. To him, it's the sequel to virtually every zombie movie ever made because he doesn't like endings. Like, what do the people in zombie movies do next was basically his form of thinking. So he came up and pitched The Walking Dead. He said he wanted to see them foraging for their food, building a house to keep their kids safe, basically just a survival drama about what happens to people in extreme situations, which is what I always say The Walking Dead is about. It's about people in situations they're in, not really the zombies, they're just the antagonists. And really, the antagonist could be anyone or anything. Like, the story could easily be about a nuclear war or a natural disaster, anything like that. But do not get me wrong, zombies were definitely the best route to go, and Kirkman knew that because zombies are freaking awesome, and the situations you can come up with zombies are just brilliant. Lastly, but certainly not least, and the 5th thing you probably didn't know about The Walking Dead is zombies don't exist in The Walking Dead universe. Now, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? The whole concept revolves around zombies, you idiot. Allow me to elaborate. Have you ever noticed while watching the TV show that the living dead are never referred to as zombies, and in the comics they're not called zombies very often. Instead, they're mostly called roamers, walkers, lurkers, lame brains, and so on. That's because in the Walking Dead universe, modern zombie fiction doesn't really exist, as said by Robert Kirkman himself. So there's no zombie movies, no zombie comics, they pretty much have never heard of zombies, period. Which is why, in the very first issue of the comic and the very first episode of the show, they don't really know how to deal with them at first. Like, they're figuring out how to kill them and just figuring the whole concept and deal out. Because let's face it, if a zombie apocalypse breaks out tomorrow, we all know to grab a shotgun or an axe and aim for the mother freaking head, because that's how you kill them, with the head cap thing. But since zombie fiction doesn't really exist in their world, they didn't know that at first. Now, they are called zombies a few times in the comics, but it's more of a nod or acknowledgement too, to be like, yeah, they are zombies, but we don't say that word because roamers and walkers is just cooler, which I kind of agree with. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I like being naked, but I can't be naked all the time, so I use Jack Threads. Jack Threads has quickly become the online shopping destination for dudes, and here's why. Everything on the site is up to 80% off, because full price is for suckers. They serve up killer, contemporary, and street apparel, accessories, gadgets from brands like Converse, Penguin, and Busted Tees. Shopping is extremely simple, and all styles are curated so buyer's remorse just doesn't happen. And as a viewer of Variant, you can skip the membership waitlist and get instant access at jackthreads.com/variant. So here we have something so terrifying, so beyond me, I don't even know how it ever got made. What I would be referring to is the Justin Bieber comic book. I don't even understand why this would ever get made. I'm pretty sure the comic book demographic isn't 13-year-old girls, so why even waste the time, the money, the energy to make a Justin Bieber comic book? I unfortunately flipped through the comic, and the comic basically tells Justin Bieber's origin. No, I take that back. He doesn't deserve for his start or how he became famous to be called an origin. Origins are for good characters, not teen celebrities, who the only reason why they got a comic made in the first place is because they're famous and 13-year-old girls will make their parents buy them anything with a teen celebrity crush on it. Anyway, like I was saying, the comic talks about his start, not his origin, and shows his early childhood to his now still early childhood. So, as you can tell, the comic is great. It's freaking horrible and a waste of paper on this giant blueberry we call Earth. First up for Wednesday, February 6th is Swampthing Issue 17. The epic finale of Rot World continues from this month's Animal Man 17. What will it cost the heroes to stop this apocalypse from happening? The answer will blow your mind. Here we have Earth 2 Issue 9. As the new story arc begins, Dr. Fate makes his Earth 2 debut. Next we have Superior Spider-Man Issue 3. Is this all new Superior Spider-Man in cahoots with J. Jonah Jameson? As Carly Cooper figured out Superior Spider-Man's secret identity, all this in the return of the Vulture. And finally we have Snapshot Issue 1. This comic is about Jake Dobson, a typical nerd who works at a comic book store in San Francisco, but when he finds a lost cell phone, he's horrified to discover it's full of snapshots of a murder victim. Suddenly he finds himself hunted by a vengeful hitman who wants his phone back and Jake in a body bag. This is a 4-issue miniseries that sounds amazing. And that brings today's episode to a close once again, but you guys know the deal. You can leave your comments and thoughts below, even suggestions on episode ideas. Obviously, I do the show because I love comics, but I also want to bring you guys good, entertaining comic news and reviews. So, again, post anything you would like to see below. Also, be sure to like our Variant Facebook page. You can also follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/Arris_Quinones. And I will see you next week when I do a fan-requested episode, which would be the history of Batman. On to the next thing is... What's
happening?
I don't know.